And the wide receiver market is of note for the moment because there are three terrific wide receivers that are on their walk years because they did not get drafted in the first round. The teams do not have a fifth year of contractual control on them. One of them is somebody we just talked about with Bobby Wagner and DK Metcalf. Do you think he's going to go? He's like, I don't know. They'd be silly to let him go. Yeah. But after this year, he would either need to be franchise tagged or given a big-time contract, or you give it to him now. And the free agent market for the wide receiver group, through the roof, because Devontae Adams got his deal, and Stephon Diggs got his deal, and Tyreek Hill got traded and got his deal. And those guys made the new contract as part of their acquisition for a new team, or in Stephon Diggs' case, the Bills are just taking care of everybody and they're ready to roll best they can. And so these young wide receivers are either making some noise saying I'm not showing up, or they want their new contract. And what do? You look to the gram, as you see in this day and age, or in the case of A.J. Brown of the Tennessee Titans, his Twitter feed. He sent out this tweet yesterday. I'm a diva and a bad teammate all of a sudden. LOL. Okay, do what you have to do then, and so will I. Now, who's that?
Who's he talking to?
Yeah. Is he talking to fans who are upset with him for wanting a new deal? And we'll get to that in a second. Is he talking to somebody in management who is saying something to his agent, or he's hearing something that's out there? Because you take a look at his Twitter feed later on in the day, and he removes Tennessee from his bio.
Hey.
Oh, now, we've looked to the gram, right? And he still's got photographs of himself there, right?
As of an hour.
And everybody, like, this is a silly game. It is a silly game.
Very.
Yeah.
But
hilarious.
But it is a sign of disgruntlement, and disgruntlement can lead to anger and lead to holdouts and lead to breakups and lead to demanding this and demanding that. But these receivers that I'm talking about, DK and A.J. Brown and also Deebo Samuel, really don't have the cards. Leverage business, folks. It is a leverage junkie league. You either have it or you don't. If you don't have it, you need to seek it out. And the leverage these guys have might be, doing this to their Twitter account or saying they're not showing up for work until they get paid, and then they won't get paid when the games get played. In Tennessee, though, A.J. Brown has a very important person who loves him. That's his head coach. Mike Vrabel was on this show the other day. Remember I asked him about potentially trading away A.J. Brown. There are rumors that they don't want to pay him all this money. Think about it. Tyreek Hill is now making, $30 million a year, and the average per year, that argument about what DeAndre Hopkins' contract was and really is or isn't, may not be, based on inflated annual rates, blah, 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 stuff that only Bobby Wagner, I guess, understands. Mm-hmm. But that thing's moot now. The bar's been set higher. This is what Mike Vrabel had to say about trading A.J. Brown. Is A.J. Brown on the trade block, Mike Vrabel?
As long as I'm the head coach, I love A.J. professionally, personally. I've gotten to know him well as his coach, and enjoy seeing him as much as I possibly can. So, as long as I'm the coach here, I would want to have A.J. Brown on my football team.
So that's what Mike Vrabel has to say. And the reason why I started with quarterbacks and I talked about the wide receivers, I want to bring it full circle, is because in the quarterback world, if you have somebody that you draft and they are absolutely outstanding and terrific and generationally talented, very rarely are you going to go ahead and just throw that guy back into the free agent pool and start again at the quarterback spot. We still have yet to see that, right? We still have yet to see somebody say, we love you, we think you're terrific, but we're swapping you out because we don't want to pay you all that money. You're going to eat up all of the cap. We'd rather just start again and see how it goes and win in that first year, second year, third year, first contract. That's the jackpot. That's what the Chiefs got out of Mahomes. That's what the Seahawks got out of Russell Wilson. That's the jackpot. We have yet to see that happen. We have seen them abandon the guys that they've drafted because they don't feel that he's the right guy anymore. Goff, Wentz, Baker Mayfield's that guy right now. Darnold already with the Jets. We've seen that. And now we've also seen a quarterback who's told the team, you wait. I'll get around to asking for the bag in Lamar Jackson, and a guy who might be holding out in Kyler Murray because for some reason the Cardinals say we'll take care of you, but just not right now. I bring that up because that's the quarterback market. Wide receiver is a different story. We're going to find this out because Devontae Adams didn't get paid in year 4 like the way that these guys are looking to get paid right now. This is an interesting aspect of it. Let's see, because there's a ton of good wide receivers in the draft right now. And one way to back things up, if A.J. Brown is going to hold out on you, or Deebo Samuel's going to hold out on you, or whatever's going on, if you want to trade away DK Metcalf, is get another one. Now, these guys are unicorns, but we'll see how the wide receiver market is valued. I just will say this for Brown and Deebo and also DK Metcalf. I will say this to the fans out there who might be upset if A.J. Brown was in fact referring to fans saying that he's a diva and a bad teammate and all of that stuff. And Deebo Samuel taking to his social media accounts to say he's gotten death threats from fans. For those fans who do that sort of thing, who the hell are you? Think about that. Who the hell are you? I know you love your team. I know you're a diehard fan or something like that. But to threaten somebody for trying to get the leverage that they don't have in a leverage junkie league, you would do the exact same thing if you were in a leverage junkie business, and you probably are working in that business. Who are you to give somebody a death threat? And if you're a fan of this show, unfollow us. I don't care. And you're not supposed to be in a business like that telling fans to go away. These guys deserve every penny they think they should get. They have worked their asses off. And Deebo Samuel, more than anybody else, takes the hits. Problem is, though, for him and A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf and every other wide receiver, Justin Jefferson's going to go through this at some point. And Jamar Chase will go through this at some point. And the question is there going to be pushback from the market? Or will the market change in the same way that we're seeing quarterbacks now get $40 million a year like it's nothing? And soon $50 million a year will be like it's nothing. Will the wide receiver market now be filled with guys getting paid like Devontae Adams, like Stephon Diggs, like Tyreek Hill, after just 3 years? That's what's happening right now. That's the push-pull happening right now at the wide receiver market. And 9 days from now, we'll have a lot to do with what we see. We'll see who gets drafted and who doesn't. By which teams. But I don't blame these guys for trying to get theirs. I just don't know. This is a whole new thing. In the same way we haven't seen it before with Lamar Jackson telling a team, wait, I'll get around to asking you for the money I know I can get right now and that you want to give me. Wide receivers now, after year 3, are seeing what guys after year 6, 7, 8 getting paid. Saying, I want it now after year 3. And I don't know if NFL teams are going to give it to them. That's what's at play. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.